CM Punk fight?
Yeah, I watched it live.
What do you think?
Brutal. He just looks like a guy who doesn't need to be in the octagon. Definitely not in the UFC. He just looked like a kid, man. Jackson was fighting him like if CM Punk was his little
Well,
brother.
Mike Jackson's a 0-1
You know what I mean?
MMA fighter.
I know. That was his first win.
Listen, first off, it's an embarrassment for him to be fighting at the highest level in MMA in the premier organizations, the UFC, getting paid the money he's getting paid because of what he did in professional wrestling. It's absolutely ridiculous. I took great joy in watching that soy boy, smug atheist mutt CM Punk getting destroyed in that cage again. A cage he doesn't belong to. Is embarrassing. I know guys that work the register at bodegas in Queens, New York, that will shatter CM Punk's jaw. It was just embarrassing to watch. He just looked horrible out there. I mean, I was cringing. I was literally cringing watching that fight. I don't know, A, if you've seen that.
Yeah, I didn't even
Actually, you know what? It's better off you don't watch it because it was pitiful to watch. BBF, Dana White should be ashamed of
That
himself.
was his second fight?
Exactly, his second fight. But this guy's never fought MMA, period.
Right.
He's only going in because of his name, what he did in pro wrestling. And the guy doesn't know how to throw punches.
And both times on
kicks
pay-per-view,
properly.
right?
Both times on
pay-per-view.
pay-per-view.
Selling his name,
Big
that's all.
paydays. It was just... I mean, I tell you the truth, if I could cut 50 pounds, I would like to fight CM Punk. And obviously not the UFC, in a lesser organization, maybe Bellator, so one of these other, mid-tier, lower-tier MMA organizations. I would like to fight CM Punk, and I promise you, if I was to fight him, he would never fight again. I will turn this guy's jaw into a puzzle, 96 pieces. Okay?
You would destroy CM
And
Punk.
honestly, the narrative is perfect. You know what I mean? He's a smug atheist snowflake. The Christian conservative. You know what I mean? Guy, and it would be a nice little storyline going into it.
Look,
you know what I mean?
you would destroy CM Punk, but 50 pounds, you gotta lose a good hundo.
Right now, listen, I weighed myself the other day. I'm walking around 240. I definitely got to cut about
Husky.
Yeah, I don't like being called fat or chubby. I like being called husky
There
or
you go.
stocky. Okay, I don't like being called that. Anybody that calls me fat or chubby, you're getting slapped.
You get a trash can to your
You get a
fucking
trash
head.
can to your we can't talk about that because we can't talk about that story because obviously I could get in trouble for that.
Dog, I'm at 225 and I'm building up, but I'm just eating garbage, man. My gut is out of control.
I'm not gonna lie, you look like complete shit right now. You look.
I feel like shit.
From the last time I seen you, I remember I complimented Tone. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
that looks good. Look at you. Looks, you look like garbage right
I
now.
feel like shit. I feel like shit.
I'm actually ashamed to be sitting down next to you.
I feel like shit.
Is this,
Look at this full head of hair, though.
you do got great hair. I am jealous of your hair. I wish I had your hair. But you did say you don't want to go live because you feel like shit.
I know I do.
Alright, so, hopefully you get over this hurdle. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. I'm eating garbage. I gotta
What are
fucking
you
chill
eating?
for the
What are
summer.
you eating?
Just
Well, he
everything.
came with
I
the
in,
big
I
bag.
can't eat a fucking
Yeah,
Whopper. I'm a
Whopper.
fat piece of shit right now. No, seriously, I gotta stop. I gotta stop with the bread.
You're a low vibrational heathen. Burger King I haven't eaten Burger King since like 97.
Don't kill my
Trash.
vibe right now. Please don't kill my vibe.
Yo, stop.
No, all right.
Stop
So
with that swag fang quote. All right, let's shift gears. All right,
the same
let's
night,
shift
the
gears.
same night.
CM
Crawford-
Punk's a bozo.
Yeah,
Terrence
he did.
Crawford is the number, top 3 pounds. Let's move on to the next. What's the next?
The same night Crawford fought Horn on Showtime. First Charlo fought Trout. Jamel Charlo fought.
I actually
Trout.
missed that fight, so you want to give a little recap on that?
Well, Charlo knocked him down in the 3rd round and in the 9th round, and won by unanimous decision.
I thought he won majority.
Majority. No. It was a split decision.
Oh, it was-
One judge actually had it 113, which is fucking ridiculous. Trout did have a couple of good rounds, but Charlo was just too powerful for him. And
Okay.
Charlo's calling out Triple G. What do you think of that?
I think the Charlo brothers are good. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these guys that is very down on them. I think they're talented kids. I think Triple G destroys them.
Yeah,
in my opinion. I don't know if you heard that the fight with Canelo versus Triple G in September. It looks like it's off.
Yeah.
I know we could all get comments about this. It looks like Now, you know me, I am a Canelo fanboy. As
Okay.
you know, I am a Canelo fanboy. I am actually
And
worried. I'm actually worried about the opponent that they have lined up for him. Stylistically, size-wise,
Danny Jacobs.
they're talking about Canelo versus Danny
Oh, yeah,
Jacobs.
he's gonna have.
September.
He's gonna have.
He's gonna
That's going to be a very, very tough fight for Canelo stylistically.
Yeah.
Danny's a big. Danny
Slick.
walks around like 190. Slick
Yeah,
boxer,
slick,
tall,
Power. That's a power.
power. This is a very, very dangerous fight for Canelo Alvarez. And honestly, I kind of don't like it because I'd rather Canelo fight, who's the Englishman that's always talking shit?
Billy Joe Saunders.
I'd rather him
Oh,
fight
yeah,
somebody like
Saunders.
Billy Joe Saunders.
He'd watch.
I like
Saunders.
Billy Joe.
Yeah, but he watched. Saunders.
I think he beats Billy Joe Saunders convincingly. But a Danny Jacobs fight, it's a dangerous fight. What's your opinion? And then we'll get A's opinion on that.
Well, first of all, let's expand a little bit on the Canelo Triple G thing. The reason it was initially off was because.
Oh, by the way,
Triple
I don't
G-
like when you call Canelo Clenello.
Well, listen, he got busted for
He
Clem.
took the hair follicle test and passed it.
All
That's
right,
it,
all right. What about Canelo Alvaroid? So what initially happened was when there were talks of the rematch to go on in September, Triple G came back and said, "Listen, you popped twice on the test. You fucked up my flow. I had to fight this guy Vans Martinsroy and whatever, fucked him up. I think that I deserve 50-50. I'm the champion, you know what I mean? You fucked up our rematch. Let's split it 50-50. And it wasn't Canelo, it was Golden Boy who was like, no way. You're out of your mind. You're bugging. There's no way. They offered him 35%. They wanted to do a 65-35 split originally. And that was bullshit. So the fight was off. They gave an offer to Danny Jacobs, but nothing's signed yet. The new offer, as of right now, according to BoxingScene.com, Golden Boy
Yo,
says...
look at the drum roll, son.
Go-
'cause that's
Golden Boy says Golovkin must accept 57.5 to 42.5 split by tomorrow, or the fight is officially off. So now they're splitting hairs. Now they're giving him 42.5 points, 42.5% of the gate, and he has to decide by tomorrow or it's officially off. What type of shit is that? And again, it's not Canelo, it's Golden Boy.
Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, why are they doing that?
Triple G what? So how much percentage?
He wanted 50-50. He went down to 45.
Do you think Triple G deserves
55.
that? 50-50?
This time around, yes.
You don't think Canelo's the A side and should get a little more?
Canelo might still be the A side.
Pay-per-view numbers don't lie, bro. Triple G's last outing didn't do too good numbers-wise.
Canelo might still be the A side, but number one, I believe they both need each other. Number two, he's right. Look, the last time it was a 70-30 split. 70-30 and he was the champion.
Big difference.
Well, he was the champion. So he's like, listen, this time I was willing to go 60-40. You fucked it up by popping, whether it was your fault or not. You can't fucked it up. It's your fault. Now I want 50-50. I'm still the champion. The last time was a draw. So why can't, if it was a draw, let's fight 50-50. I get it. I think he deserves it. I think it's the right thing to ask for. They both
I'll
major
be
stars.
honest with you. I think Canelo's obviously the biggest star than Triple G. But you're right. I love Canelo Alvarez, and I did a lot of research on the clenbuterol in Mexico. The NFL. We talked about this in last.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
NFL actually posted a thing on their website about it, like 2012. So this is an issue in Mexico. He did pass the hair follicle test, but at the end of the day, it did cause a big problem.
Exactly.
And I think Triple G should be entitled to a 50-50 split. I agree with you. Even though I do think Canelo's the A side and the biggest star as of right now. But that last fight was close, so close. It was a draw. And Canelo, whether he accidentally did it or whatever, he did mess up. So I'm
Right.
okay with it being a 50-50 split.
No, but even Triple G even said he'll take 45. 45-55, and Canelo could still be the A side.
But what's your opinion on the Canelo? Because I want to ask you and A, your opinion on the Canelo-Danny Jacobs fight. I think it's made in September.
I think Jacobs might give him the biggest problem only because of his speed and his size.
The size is going to be a
You know what I
big
mean?
difference.
It's going to be a big.
Like you say, he's naturally 190.
Yeah, he's a big guy and he's a tall guy.
Yeah, he's tall.
You know what I mean? Like Canelo could get bigger. He can take all the steroids he wants, which he probably will. But he can't get taller.
Yeah,
It doesn't make you taller.
Yeah, there's no steroids that make you taller.
Right, not yet. Or else Canelo would be taking it.
Right. I talk about my cinnamon Don like that. No homo.
No, but I think.
So yeah, no,
I think,
yeah. What do you think, Ake?
I think if Canelo doesn't at least drop him, he can't win unless he.
Have
at
we
least
seen Jacobs
drops
dropped?
by Triple G.
Triple G dropped him.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
he got knocked out by what was that Russian's name?
Oh yeah. I
forgot his name.
Oh,
He's strong.
from far?
No. He got knocked out. He got knocked out brutally, man. But that Russian was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dmitry Pirog.
There you go.
Dmitry
Pirog,
Pirog.
Devastating knockout.
Yeah, he was a strong guy too.
Yeah. All right, so let's swerve into. Actually, you know what? I just want to say something. I want to talk about a little basketball. I don't know if anybody here is up to date with who won the NBA championship. I guess not. All right, so
Oh yeah, the Cavs got
All right.
swept by the Warriors.
So this is my opinion on the whole Golden State, Cleveland Cavalier thing. All right, I think that people shit on Golden State all the time for KD going to Golden State. Let's get one thing straight. Golden State is not a team where superstars came from different teams and came together. That was a homegrown team.
Right.
Built Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Green, Draymond Green.
Yeah.
They were all drafted.
They were all drafted,
That's
yeah.
that team was built through the draft and won a championship with that nucleus and went to another championship with that
Durant was the
nucleus.
only add-on.
Exactly. So KD going to Golden State, that's just a team signing a free agent, whether he's great or not. It's not like Miami when LeBron went there with Chris Bosh and Ray Allen.
It was like an
You know what I mean? It was like a plot to take over the NBA.
Right.
This was a team that could win without KD,
Right.
and they won without KD, and it should have beat Cleveland in 2016, but the refs robbed them when they suspended Draymond Green in Game 6, and they gave them all the calls in Game 7. So I don't see nothing wrong. LeBron James is the guy.
Plus, didn't James do the same thing when he went to the Heat?
Exactly. And people always say, LeBron's by himself. All right, maybe this year he didn't have too many guys, but last year he had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love.
Right.
Kyrie Irving's arguably, he's right there with Curry, and you know what I mean? So he had 3 superstars on his team, and he didn't do it. They got destroyed last year. You know what I mean? And LeBron is the guy that destroyed the NBA. He's the one that, went to a different team and changed the whole face of the league.
Right,
you know what I'm trying to say? It was him. It was him that did it. So, when people say, oh, who's better, LeBron or Michael? I mean, you could have an opinion on that even if you don't watch it. LeBron is not in Michael's league. He's not in Jordan's league. Jordan went 6-0 in the finals. Jordan stuck with his team. The team was built through their draft. He didn't go to different teams. Like, LeBron's going to leave Cleveland this year, and he's going to go to a different team because, you know what I mean? Which to me is cowardly. Stay with your squad and go through the trials and tribulations.
Right.
Or bring somebody, attract free agents, attract other guys to come to your team. What he's going to do is he's going to go to Houston or Philly. And this is, to me, this is not like...
He's going to go to another team with stars.
LeBron's an all-time great, but he's not on... I'll be honest with you, I have Jordan ahead of him. I even have Kobe ahead of him. Because Kobe stuck with the Lakers and never left the Lakers. Even when Shaq left. So...
Yeah, but what about Bird? I got Bird ahead of LeBron.
I fuck with Bird. I love
Bird. Yeah,
I love Larry. I love Magic. I love all those guys. But, as far as, people saying, Golden State... They cheated by getting KD. No, it was a homegrown team built through the draft, and they went out and signed the guy. And I said, I don't see anybody beating that team. And I think LeBron, he, as great as he is, people saying he's better than Michael. There's no way in hell that LeBron is better than Jordan. There's no way in hell. The stats prove it. He's 3-5 or 3-6 in NBA Finals.
Yeah.
He has more losses than wins. What all-time great player gets swept?
I saw these memes of oh, well, I swept Jordan. Yeah, but not in the finals, Dick. Maybe in 3 games. You know what I mean? It's not the fucking same thing.
And then you can assemble all the talent you want. It's all about how the chemistry of the team plays. Look what happened in OKC. Carmelo went to play with Westbrook and Paul George, and they sucked.
They did nothing.
So LeBron could go to Philly, and it doesn't matter. Golden State has a good formula, and they play good as a team. I just wanted to say that LeBron. I always said that he's never on Jordan's level, and I always said that. I think he's a fraud, and I especially even think he's a bigger fraud if he leaves this year and doesn't stay with his squad through the trials and tribulations. So that's my opinion on LeBron James. Now let's go into the next.
You want to talk about Tyron Woodley getting banned from the UFC?
Is this true?
I mean, I saw it on the internet, so it must be true. I read it on Facebook, so it must be true.
Reliable source.
Right, yeah, you know what I mean?
So give me the backdrop on that, 'cause I'm trying to...
No, what I read was that he got banned from making a statement that he was going to kill his next opponent.
So this is what you read on the meme.
This is what the meme said. So I'm guessing that's what happened. He said he was gonna kill Covington, right? But like he didn't say he was gonna look for him and murder him. He just said, you know,
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna kill him. Right. Michael Jordan said he was gonna rape people's children. He's gonna eat people's children and rape them.
But that just shows that society today is mad softer.
And yeah, we're gonna get to that too. This whole awful. Oh, you offended me, fucking society. This is fucking awful. But to get banned for life or indefinitely,
it's definitely not gonna happen. You know what I mean? There was a rumor going around, but listen to me. I mean, this is the outrage culture we live in now. Everybody's outraged and emotional over every little thing. I don't know if you know about the guy that is going to be fighting Willie Kobe Covington.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know much about him.
I kind of like the guy. You know what I mean? He's a little cocky. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't see that. You can't suspend your champion. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen over a stupid comment like that. I'm looking at it now. I googled it. Vows to take life, draws lifetime ban. That's probably just that just seems like bullshit to me, bro. You know what I mean? False headlines. So I'm looking at it. I don't see anything else. Clickbait. Definitely clickbait. So what do you got? What else you got?
All right. Well, in the same night that
Let's talk about
Trout. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Santa Cruz fought Morris again for the second time.
And
the first fight was great.
Yep.
The first fight was amazing, and this fight was really good too. You know what I mean? They really went toe to toe. I saw the replay. I thought Santa Cruz picked it up in the second part. You know what I mean, of the fight. Morris kind of showed his age a little bit.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? He got a little bit slow, and that's what gave Santa Cruz the fight. In the third round, they almost knocked each other down.
I heard it was a great fight.
That was fucking crazy.
A lot of phone booth action.
It was a really great fight. You missed it. You should watch it. It should be online or on Showtime
I would like
if you have it.
Santa Cruz. That he didn't fight Carl Frampton again, third time, right?
No, not a third
They
time.
got
Twice.
They got to run it back again.
Right.
They got to run that back again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got
That was
that
another
TV
great
on.
fight,
I'm gonna watch that fight when I get home tonight probably.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder looks like that's about to go down.
Yeah, supposedly Deontay Wilder agreed to Joshua's team's terms to have the fight in the UK and for Joshua A to be the A fighter and B to get more money. But I read that part of the agreement is that it's a guaranteed rematch in the States. So
That's fair.
Right, which is fair. The contract hasn't been signed yet, and even though both those guys, we said it last time, man, they're no Tyson, they're no best of the best, but they're the two best heavyweights right now, and I think we need that fight. So, hold on, since we're talking Wilder Joshua, let's do a real quick rundown of all of us, quick predictions. Wilder Joshua, what do you think? Who wins and why?
I think that they're both a little chinny. I'll be honest with you, Joshua's good, but he was struggling against a 40-year-old Klitschko. I think he hurts Wilder early. I think Wilder catches him in the end and knocks him out.
Really?
I think Joshua's more skilled than Wilder. I'll say that. I think he's a more skilled fighter.
Yeah, that's clear.
But I just think Wilder has that devastating power that could just.
Yeah.
And those guys are not the best defensive fighter. Joshua's not the best defensive fighter. I think he gets clipped. I mean, Klitschko is dropping him. You know what I mean? So
I
got Wilder.
I have to agree. I want Joshua to win because he's more skilled. I think he's the better fighter. But I think he gets clipped and I think he falls.
I'm going for Joshua, but realistically, I think it could go either way. It's not going 12 rounds though. I don't think it's going 12 rounds.
No, I don't think
it's definitely not going 12.
And I think it go either way.
I want my boy Tyson Fury to come back. That's what I want.
He did. He fought Sefery on Sunday too, right?
Yeah, I missed it.
On Saturday. I'm sorry. On Saturday, he won by TKO. He looked good.
People could say what they want about Tyson Fury. He's a
Yeah.
big guy, tall guy, awkward,
Because he's awkward.
difficult
That's
to fight.
what it is.
Tyson Fury, if he gets in shape, he's a problem for both Wilder and Joshua. People could,
Like I said, he's the most
they want-
unskilled champion, but a problem because he's so awkward, man. Those punches come out. They come
very
from
awkward
fucking
guy,
nowhere.
and
really come
it's
up
just
with
his
a game
size. His size is just unbelievable.
All right, so Wilder Joshua, what'd you say? Oh, you said you didn't know.
I said
We
go
both
either
picked
way.
Wilder, right?
Yeah.
What about Pacquiao Matisse?
I'm going Pacquiao.
Really?
What?
Pacquiao, yeah.
I think
I might
Pacquiao's
go
gonna.
Matisse.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
this might be a loss for Pacquiao.
I'm gonna go with Pacquiao.
You going with Pacquiao?
Yeah, I'm going Pacquiao.
Of course
I think
you are. You
Pacquiao,
fucking Filipino freak.
Pacquiao still got juice left, man.
You should have heard this guy defending Pacquiao when Pacquiao was gonna fight Mayweather and shit. He was about to fucking cry.
I saw him hanging out with Canelo the other day, so I don't know.
Pacquiao?
They were doing Royce together? All right, Mikey Garcia's Robert Easter Jr.
Mikey Garcia, bro.
I got Mikey Garcia.
Mikey Garcia.
Robert Easter Jr.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with.
He's another champion.
Mikey Garcia.
They're gonna unify the belts.
Yeah, Mikey's on a different level. Bro.
I like Mikey.
Mikey's
I like
on a different
Mikey.
level.
I think Mikey wins.
He's nice.
That's really all I got. David Hay retired.
David Hay.
I think it's about time.
Yeah, David
Yeah,
Hay had a
last
good career.
fight was the one.
And he's been in some battles, man. He's done.
Yeah, so congratulations, David Hay, on a great career.
What about the Mets continue to fucking decline?
I don't want to
so
talk about
bad.
the Mets. I don't even want to talk about the Mets.
Whitaker beat Romero in that same UFC.
That was a great fight. That was a great
fight.
That was a great fight.
Which was a good
And
fight.
they gotta run that back again.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
It
that was
really
one of the
close.
best fights I've seen in a long time,
It
actually.
was very interesting. And Heather Hardy fought that same card too, right? And won.
Heather Hardy, really?
I believe so.
I didn't pay attention.
Alright.
Is she in the UFC now, Heather Hardy?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow, she moves up the ladder fast.
Yeah, why not?
Heather Hardy, the boxer?
Yeah.
Last time I see, she got knocked out in Bellator.
No, she fought in the
Oh,
last
wow, I
UFC.
couldn't believe that. I gotta look that up. All right.
Maybe it's not Heather Hardy. Maybe it's Holly Holm. Was it Holly
Yeah,
Holm?
it can't be Holly. It's Holly Holm, not Heather Hardy. Yeah.
All right, so it was Holly Holm. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Who cares?
All right, so listen, we've covered all the sports aspect of things. Now we're gonna switch into, a lot of stuff that's going on in the world. Political stuff, social issues. A little, want to talk about some hip hop beefs. A lot of stuff going on.
Oh, before you guys get into those topics, somebody asked this question. What do you think about the conspiracy on most of the actresses being transsexual? I didn't even know there was a conspiracy.
Why?
I'm just, I don't know.
Bro.
Somebody asked it. So
People are trolling on YouTube and you're asking us.
Whoever
these
asked that
questions.
question, ban them from the fucking
All right,
chat
hold
room.
on.
Throw
right
them
now.
out of the
Throw them out of the chat
Throw them
room,
out of YouTube
all right?
live right now.
All
Matter of
right,
fact,
so-
you want to open up the?
Oh, it says Freddie Trash Can Hands. No, fucking. Nah, it says David Caraballo.
All right, you're out
I
of
don't
here,
know.
David Carbello. You're asking.
All right, listen.
Hold on, real quick. You want to know something that's fucking crazy? So, what's his name? Came out in the news about he's been fucking molesting girls, right? The old man who fucking plays God in every fucking movie, right?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
For real, I didn't hear about this.
How do you not hear
No,
about
I didn't hear
this?
about that either.
Are you guys fucking?
Nah.
Where's
Yo,
your
I
planet
haven't
are
seen
you
the
on?
movie.
I mean, I live in a basement.
I missed the meme.
Facts, you do live in a basement, piece of shit.
Nah, I
But
swear to God, when did?
bro, like fucking 10 women came out and said that
What?
Morgan Freeman sexually
Oh, they're trying
harassed
to
them.
take
But
these
listen,
guys down.
that's not the funny part. Did you see about the girl who said she was interviewing him? She's like, I have video of it. I was interviewing him and he sexually harassed me. They played the video. And Morgan Freeman's clearly talking to another person about something else. She said she's pregnant.
She brought the video out saying
Yes.
that, look at this video.
She was interviewing him at the time. She's pregnant and she's going, oh, Morgan Freeman made a comment to me. And one of his co-stars made a comment about how he made a joke about a pregnant woman. And Morgan Freeman goes, oh, that's funny. I wish I was in the room. That's it. She said that he meant that towards her, that he wishes he was in the room when she got pregnant. Which is just totally fucking false. Like, what the fuck are you talking? You gotta see this video, man. Like,
I gotta see it.
Morgan Freeman's not even looking at her at all. And she's claiming that that's sexual harassment. This is getting out of hand, man.
Yeah.
This is getting. I'm not saying that people don't sexually harass shit. I sexually harass women all the fucking time. But some of this shit is getting out of hand, man. It's getting fucking crazy.
Well, we talked about this in the last podcast. It's to me, you know what's funny? I actually got to a debate with my dad about this. And we were talking about the Harvey Weinstein. This was like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I said, listen, I'm not saying Harvey Weinstein's a good guy. He's a piece of shit. It's clear as day he's a piece of shit. The thing that bothers me is that these actresses are now doing this after in the twilight of their careers.
Right.
After they had already achieved their fame, after they had already made their money. So basically, you were willing to sell your soul and subject yourself to that barbaric behavior for fame and fortune. You sold your soul, and now that you're in the twilight of your career, and I believe there's some sort of agenda behind this, because I don't trust the Hollywood satanic elites, but, now you want to do this. You know what I'm trying to say? Now all you guys are coming together, but you guys want to say nothing when you were in the midst of your career, big movies, making big money. Now that your career is over and in the twilight, now you're doing it. That's my only issue, and that to me that's a terrible character flaw on these women. That, and then you're gonna have people say, "Oh, you never knew," you know. People gonna say, "You don't know how it is to go through be sexually abused or sexually harassed, this and that." You don't know what I did to or what I know.
Women look at me like a piece of meat all the time.
FU's a piece of shit.
What the fuck?
But you just admitted to it.
I said I'm a piece of meat.
Oh, piece of meat. All right, I apologize.
Piece
of
garbage guy.
So you know, like,
fucking attack me.
You don't think there's something wrong, like all these? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I don't know. To
Dude,
me,
you mean to tell me these women that accused Bill Cosby? You mean to tell me in the 70s, when all of you were definitely doing coke,
right,
that you weren't also doing quaaludes and wanting to get fucked by one of the richest black men in fucking industry? Are you really telling me that?
That's like a girl coming out like 10 years from now and saying, "Yo, he gave me lean."
Right, exactly.
But but she actually drank lean. Like,
right.
She actually wanted to get high.
I smoked a blunt with A1 and then he sexually harassed me. No, you smoked a blunt with A1 because you wanted to, and then you probably wanted to suck his dick. This is what.
And I laced it, but that's
whatever. That doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, even Janice Dickinson. So Janice Dickinson admittedly was a drug addict, a cokehead. She took quaaludes and all that. So you mean to tell me in the 70s, even though you were taking a bunch of quaaludes, taking a bunch of cocaine, Bill Cosby slipped it in your drink?
Right.
What the fuck are you kidding?
And you went to his hotel room.
Right. And then he, come on, man. Some of this shit, look, if the things that really did happen are disgusting, deplorable, men who have to rape women, to me, are the lowest of the low.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
But some of this shit it's just ridiculous.
It doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up to me. All right, so listen. Big news yesterday, or actually this morning.
Donnie T.
The 45th President of the United States, the greatest president this country's ever had.
What about Barack Obama?
Don't get me started. Donnie T signed a peace treaty with the most brutal, murderous,
I thought you were gonna go
communist dictator today,
yeah.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, you're right.
North Korea is a bad place. It's a ran by a very bad guy. I mean, there's still concentration camps over there. They do horrible. They persecute people. You can't practice religion over there. He rules that with an iron fist, just like all the other communist Marxist dictators of yesteryear. Pol Pot, Mao, Stalin, Lenin. You know, yesterday, what happened this morning, and you can have your opinions about Trump, and everybody has their opinions. He's a very polarizing guy. What happened this morning was a beautiful thing for everybody. And I know a lot of people are not going to give it credit because, like we said earlier in the show, there's so many people that are just embedded in this monolithic groupthink, this hive mindset, that no matter what the guy does, they will not give him props. You know, you're a rational-minded guy. I know you have your opinions on Trump. You know,
right.
You're not really crazy about him, actually. But you will give a guy props when it's time to give him props. That's one thing I like about you. You're a rational, independent
I gave him props for this summit. This was a great thing.
So, but what happened this morning was monumental, and it was really a moment in history. And, you know, this is the equivalent of, like, Hitler, Stalin, or even Bin Laden, like, laying down their weapons and being like, you know, and pretty much just submitting. I don't want to say submitting, but, like, you know, North Korea was a threat.
Right.
This guy Kim Jong was a crazy man. And to sign a deal where he's denuclearizing his weapons and, you know, pretty much laying it down and willing to negotiate a peace treaty and maybe, hopefully in the future, establish a more civil democracy than, you know, the totalitarian dictatorship that's there now. I just think it was a great thing. I feel like the world's a safer place yesterday because North Korea was a threat to, you know, many people, many countries. And, I mean, you got to give Donald Trump props. He got it done. No other president has ever done this. You know what I mean?
But do me a favor. Can you Google something for me real quick? Who was the president during World War II? Let's imagine that we're in World War II, right? And that's a perfect analogy. Let's say that
Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt.
No, FDR.
Oh, FDR. Teddy Roosevelt. What's the matter with you? Why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me? Oh, all right. So imagine FDR went over to Germany during World War II and convinced Hitler to just stop making weapons. All right, maybe not stop imprisoning people, but just stop making weapons. Stop trying to cause beef. You know what I mean?
And then he would do it.
And then he actually did it. Well, first, Kim Jong-un hasn't actually done it. But even that little thing, people would have gone nuts. People would have thrown parades for him. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that Donald Trump thinks differently from a lot of people, they won't give him any props and any credit. Unlike them, I don't like a lot of things that Trump says. I actually think he sounds like a fucking idiot a lot of times when he talks. But this was a good thing. It still hasn't really happened. We've yet to see that, but that doesn't go bad on Trump. That makes fucking Kim Jong-un look bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but the $1 million one-worded question is why? You know what I mean? Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I'm gonna speak on because I also have a. See, the one thing with me is I like it, but at the same time, there's another side of me that's a little.
I'm
weary
yeah.
about
That's
it.
I'm weary
And
about it.
I'm gonna
It's
talk
money, bro.
And I'm gonna
It's all
talk, but I'm gonna
money.
talk about the other side. It's absolutely about money. This is my assertion on the whole thing. North Korea is in bad shape financially.
Definitely.
Trump's a businessman. You can say what you want, president. He's a businessman. He gets deals done. He dangled things in front of this guy. This guy, I think Kim Jong. I think he's a guy that. He seems like a guy that's like interested in kind of like American culture to me. Like Dennis Rodman was saying that, like he's into taking selfies and like they don't even have a McDonald's there.
He's into pop culture.
He's into like looking like for American culture to maybe infiltrate that peninsula. You know what I mean? So I think that's one aspect, and obviously money. It's a money. Trump said, if you make this deal with me, your country's going to be a very rich country, and you're going to be a very rich man. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of American influence now. He's going to come to the White House. That's one aspect. I mean, that's what it's about, money with them.
They're gonna start eating Whoppers.
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
start eating Whoppers. That's one aspect.
I'm trying to
You know
get
what I mean?
Kim Jong-un's body shape. That's what I need.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
Anyone has Kim Jong-un's face, I want his body shape.
Oval.
I'm not gonna.
Wait, above the waist or below the waist? So I'd be careful what you wish for.
No, come on.
I'm gonna be honest.
That can't happen.
I was watching this last night, and it was like surreal to me.
Yeah, it's
it was like
crazy.
something out of a movie. Like it was.
It was at like 2 in the morning. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
no, the press conference, but when they actually met, like in
It's
the
like 9
hall
p.m.
and they shake
It's like
hands,
9
yeah,
p.m.
like, I was like, yo, this is like insanity, because like this guy is a bad guy, bro. This is like the Hitler of our era.
He's an evil genius.
Yeah,
He's
he's like-
Yeah, the thing is, you gotta watch out when you say genius, because I really think Kim Jong Un's like a mental midget. Only because I'll tell you why. Because his father was a dictator before when he was a kid. Do you really think if he got the wrong math answers that his fucking teachers would really tell him? You know what I mean?
No, they'll kill the math teacher.
Right, they're probably fucking doing
This
the
guy,
work for him.
this guy got his brother whacked, bro.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
the smartest guy as far as that's why I think Trump was like, look, this guy's fucking mentally beneath me. I can use this guy. I can promise him all these things.
Yo, you can
know
say what
I mean?
you want. Trump is not like every other politician. He's a street savvy guy. He's dealt with construction companies. He knows the business. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of politicians don't like him. He's a little rough around the edges, but that's how you get these deals done. You know?
He had to
He's a
be
little-
cutthroat to
you
be
gotta a
where
little
he's at.
cutthroat.
Dealt
Yeah.
with a lot of different kinds of
He's a
people.
negotiator.
his whole life,
He's a
you know
street
what I
guy. You know what I mean?
The thing is, if you want to be a good president, yeah, he's doing good things, but you have to polish those edges, man. You can't alienate people, and we won't get into that. That's my beef with him.
But I think when we talked about in prior podcasts, I think America has become so radicalized, like on an ideological level and philosophical level, that I don't even think Trump could do anything to, you know what I'm saying?
Right, just because they disagree with him.
Yeah,
he can't do
I
anything,
just
right.
think America will never be united again. I think that it like the left right paradigms have grown. Like when we were coming up, like in the '90s, all of us when it was never this far apart.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like now it's just either here or here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's it. So now, but what I want to say on the other end is that I don't trust this move. Like my conspiracy theory mind of it, I don't trust this move because like North Korea was one of the only countries that didn't have, Rothschild banks or you know what I mean in their thing. Like Iran doesn't have it, Cuba didn't have it with Castro. So to me, it's like in my mind, the other side of my mind, I'm saying like this might be another step closer to a new world order. Because now you got North Korea. North Korea was always a country that was very polarizing that we couldn't get to because they were, you had this crazy Kim Jong, his father, him with these nukes and all this stuff, standing on that island by themselves. Now they kind of submitted to, the diplomacy, and now it's like now you're gonna start seeing the imperialistic aspect of things and the American influence on things, and there might be like Rothschild banks there. Because remember, you need a one world bank.
I don't think
and now you got North Korea. Cuba's already gone when Castro died. So that's my other aspect of it. I think it's like a step closer to like a one world order on the conspiracy side of my mind.
I don't think it'll be a total westernization of North Korea. I think this is just a stepping stone. You got to remember, Donald Trump, he's got 3 more years, and then if he wins again, only 4 more years. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll take a lot longer than that to really westernize North Korea in that way. But you're right, man. It's about money right now. It's about Kim Jong-un building up his economy and bringing Western things over there, and that's why he's doing it. But also, what's underhand? What's behind his back?
Yeah, right.
What's he thinking about behind his back? So who knows right now? We've yet to see. And again, he did agree, but he doesn't have to answer. Kim Jong-un doesn't have to answer to anybody if he reneges. You know what I'm saying? If he decides to go, yeah, we'll do all that, and then just doesn't do it, he doesn't have to answer to the UN. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? So he might be thinking that too. We'll see. We'll see right now. But that was
either way.
I think it was a huge
It
deal.
was exciting time.
Yeah,
whether you like the guy or not.
Whether you like the guy or
So
not.
what do you think?
it's a great thing.
What's your conclusion on the whole thing?
I mean, I think that there's something, obviously something, some sort of agenda or something deeper. I think that it could be business related. I think that maybe Donald Trump, maybe fucking this guy, Kim Jong-un or whatever his name is fucking trying to set Donald Trump up. I don't fucking
Do
know.
you really
Like,
know his name?
I don't know how to pronounce it. King, which was, what's his
Kim,
father's
Lil
name?
Kim.
Kim-
Let's call it
King,
Lil Kim.
Kim, Kim Jong?
Rocket Man.
Un.
Okay, and what
Yeah.
was his father's name?
Kim Jong-il or something.
Yeah.
To happen, but to Trump. But what if
CEO
this guy's
of
trying
Mega
to
Power.
get him in a situation where he's not gonna go through with this deal? It seems like it's
It's
and then set him
possible.
up, and then they're gonna
Possible.
kill him, assassinate him.
Assassinate who?
Trump.
I don't think that's happening.
That's extreme.
I
think that'll happen.
I wouldn't want that to happen.
It's
But this
not out
dude
of
is
the
so
realm of
crazy.
possibility.
This dude is so crazy. You never
think,
know.
I think he's willing to lay it down.
No, because that's a declaration of war against the United States. No
Yeah.
matter if you like Trump or not, if you kill the United States president, it's a declaration of war.
If he kills Trump, North Korea is going to be destroyed
Yeah, it
forever.
will destroy.
It's
No
going to be
doubt
blown
about
off the face of the earth. So it's a dangerous move. Remember, you're not only playing with America, you're playing with your allies.
Right.
Israel, you know. These guys, they're ready. They were ready for that. You know what I mean? But one more thing I just want to say before we get off the whole Trump thing. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about celebrities constantly trying to voice their opinions and trying to be like the authoritative voice when it comes to political issues and social issues?
Well, like I was saying before, man, I don't mind celebrities voicing their opinion. They're entitled to an opinion just like anybody else. The thing that bothers me is the way they act when someone has a different opinion.
Word.
You know what I mean? They polarize that person. They want to ostracize them so bad. You know what I mean? That's the shit that fucks me up. Because they have so much influence.
I got called Nazi scum. Somebody called me Nazi scum yesterday.
Well, you are kind of Nazi scum.
Fuck you. Somebody called me Nazi scum. First of all, I'm not German. I'm against racial eugenics.
But why did they call you that?
Because I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. I have conservative values, and I like Trump. I mean, it's ridiculous.
What's their favorite word?
These attacks, like these slanderous attacks. This is why I recklessly use words like soy boy, cuck. I use them because it's like a battle. I'm in a battle every day with these kind of people. You know what I'm trying to say? So I just think like, for instance, like Robert De Niro. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's been constantly bashing Trump. You know what I mean? And you can have your opinion, but like, bro, to step on every time you have an opportunity to step in front of a camera and mic and say fuck Trump, like, dude, how about let's talk policies? Let's talk issues. Let's talk logically and rationally. These celebrities and just the left in general, everything's always like this erratic, irrational, like,
All right.
response all the time.
The problem with your statement, though, I agree with you. The problem with your statement is that Donald Trump has already done that by going on Twitter and insulting people for fucking nothing, calling people names like he's in high school. You know what I mean? So he's already stepped over that line. So he's using his platform to fucking insult people, call them ugly, call them little babies, whatever, which is not a big deal. And so this guy's out there on his platform saying, you know what, fuck Trump.
Listen, Bobby D is a washed up snowflake soy boy who fucking played fucking gangsters in make believe movies, but in real life he's just a cuck, and I will smack that fucking mole right off his face. All right. So Bobby D, watch your mouth. You're not Sam Bronstein. You're not Jimmy the Gent. You're just an old washed up mutt. And if I ever see you, you're getting a wedgie. And fuck Nobu. I'll never eat that shithole. All right.
No, come on, Nobu's good.
Hey, it is good. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
But I feel like if you an actor, like I don't want to know your political views. Like I want to know when your next movie coming out.
Right.
If you're a rapper, I want to know your
Entertain,
next
right.
album.
But that's the
coming out. I
problem.
don't wanna
That's
know-
the problem. When you step into this business, like the entertainment business, whether it's music, movies,
Podcast.
Podcast is different.
Yeah,
Podcast is a discussion. It's a discussional thing. But like, you're kind of like ruining your brand and alienating your
Right.
brand. Like, cause believe it or not, a lot of people like conservative values like Bobby D, and now they don't like him anymore.
Right. Fuck
Like if
shit
you go
up.
to like Bay Ridge and Bensonhurst, those are all Trump supporting Italians.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say? And now I work with somebody who's like, fuck that guy. I'm not watching his movies no more. Like you're alienating your brand. If you're gonna step into that arena where you're making music and you're making movies and you kind of like gotta be careful. Or even clothing, like even clothing companies are like taking political sides
Yeah.
now. It's like, yo, you're destroying your brand. If you want to get into that business, my thing is just to keep it limited and be very vanilla with your opinions. Because when you start getting radical, you kind of like people like look at the NFL and the NBA and all these like the numbers are down because you're alienating your you know what I mean? That's another thing. I don't agree with like the Golden State Warriors or the Philadelphia Eagles not going to see the president of the United States. Because whether you like the guy or not, this is your opportunity to have a discussion with him about these things.
True.
Right.
Dialogue.
You know what I'm trying to say? You can have dialogue. Bro, this is the leader, whether you like him or not, it's the leader of the free world. Like, this is your opportunity to actually see him and be like, yo, let's talk about these issues that we have problems
Right,
with.
right.
Like, you're not
Like a
going.
man, like a man.
Yeah,
Right,
like
I'm-
a man. Like, this is like some cowardly
Right.
soy boy shit. I'm not going. I don't like him. He's racist.
Right,
Bro,
right,
this
right.
is like, go there and tell him, like, yo, I don't like the police brutality. What can we do about
Right,
it? If you have an
exactly.
issue about
Yeah.
it. By not going, to me, that's lame, and it's a blown opportunity for you to be a voice for the issues you have a problem with. Because there's nobody else that has more power in the world than the President of the United States. And he's already starting to do things like listen, you can say what you want, whether it was like a stunt with Kim Kardashian. Yo, she got things done. She went there,
That's what it's
Kim,
talking,
and
right.
Kim wasn't a Trump supporter. Kim was a Hillary supporter, and she went there and she spoke to him, and shit got done. That lady, that grandma, Alice Johnson, she was a nonviolent drug offender who was serving life in prison. She's out now. She's out now because Kim used the opportunity to talk. And like, I think these athletes are acting like soy boys, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do as citizens of this country to try to change things. Like, do you agree with me on this?
Yeah, well, like we were talking before when we were getting ready for the podcast, we're living in an age of just people being offended. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm offended by this. Let's cancel that show because it offended me. Oh, what this person did in their personal life offended me.
I
So
wanted to lose his job.
he should lose his job. he should be
that's
fired.
Disgusting.
How could this woman be married to like yo?
That's disgusting.
All right, look, you don't have an opinion that they're not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Like the thing that happened with Roseanne. Now,
We didn't talk about that, right?
We didn't.
No, not yet.
Roseanne should have known better, man. In this day,
It was a stupid comment.
It was
that was a
fucking stupid.
stupid comment.
Listen,
It was very-
you don't talk about an African American person and call them an ape. You just don't. It's just it goes back so far as being insulting and just
It
being
goes back so
racist.
close.
Yeah, and you're right. And it's still his home. Did the lady look like a character from the Planet of the Apes? Yes, she did. she did. But you don't go on Twitter and call her an ape
Right.
and a Muslim. You know what I mean? Like you're setting yourself up for failure. But at the same time, should she have been fired for that? Should her show have been canceled and everyone on the show been fired? No. I mean, everyone should have been pissed off and people definitely should have shitted on her. But I don't think the show should have been canceled. Just don't support her in the future. Don't watch the show. Guess what? It offended you. You think she's a racist, and she probably is. Don't watch the show. The ratings will go down, and guess what? It'll get canceled
Oh, that's
anyway
all
the
right.
next time. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. You don't start becoming outraged, so outraged that you start begging for people's lives. That's what's next. The public executions is what's fucking
Word.
coming next. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then Sarah Gilbert on the show, she's like, "Oh, I'm glad. This should have came a long time ago, bitch. You were begging Roseanne to do the show.
Well, you know
what
what's
the fuck are you talking
crazy?
about?
Before you say something, this actually happened, and I'm gonna bring religion into it. This is what happened with Jesus. Jesus was put on the cross because what things he was saying. It was offensive to the Pharisees and the Jews.
Yeah.
So they put him on a cross. Oh, this is blasphemy. This is what's happening in the world today, but not as extreme. Like, but you know what? The way things are going, it might happen sooner or later.
Yeah,
like, people everybody knows what happened with me. I got in trouble for shit that I say on my social network.
That's right.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's ridiculous. And I told these people, I'm like, yo, if you could find one thing I said where I want to harm people or hurt people, then I will resign from this place. But they couldn't. Just because I have a strong view that kind of like rattles your way of thinking, you know, it doesn't mean I deserve to be punished for it. As long as I'm not inciting violence or I'm saying like really horrible hate speech, it's a different story.
Right.
But if I could like say things and I could back it up with actual points,
that's so hard. So that's like, yo, because their opinion, they don't want your family to eat.
No,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. Yo, it's insane, bro.
Wild, bro.
This is the outrage culture. It's the snowflake culture, and it's just bad, bro. Yo, bro, like I had to tell these people, like I try not to use the word no more because I'm trying to clean up my language. Period. Like the word, you know, FAGGOT. I don't want to say it because I don't know who's listening. But like, I had to tell people. I'm like, yo, bro, when I say that word, it doesn't even mean a gay person. Right. Yo, when you're from the street, we all said that word, right. And it doesn't even mean that. You know what I mean? Like, but this is a hate crime. No, now it's a hate crime. Right. Like I don't know if you guys heard, like Jack Dorsey, the guy who owns Twitter. Yeah. He had to publicly apologize for eating at Chick-fil-A during Pride Month. LGBT Pride Month. This is this month.
What does that have to
He didn't have to publicly apologize. He did.
But they forced him to do it.
Who forced him to do
it? The LGBT community and the left.
I got news for you.
This is the guy who owns Twitter.
Community, though, but you're still going to use Twitter.
Chick-fil-A is a Christian company that believes in the institution of marriage between man and woman. Why should you have to apologize? He doesn't endorse. He's just eating the food. But this is how insane the world is going. Yeah, that you can't even eat I can't eat here. Because during Pride Month, because I'm offended.
Let me get
this is insane.
They tweeted about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they tweeted about it, bro. It's insane, bro. It's insane.
It's too much.
It's just too much. And honestly, like I'm ashamed to live in like this modern day society right now. It's just embarrassing, you know.
It's definitely just everybody's offended about everything, and we all got to step on eggshells. But you know what? I'm not stepping on no fucking eggshells, man. Fuck that. I don't care, bro. I refuse to live that way. I refuse to live scared. You know what I'm saying? I want to make my own decisions. You can't scare me into doing shit. I mean, that my tune might change if I was, you know, a $1 million actor or politician or something like that. But it's getting too crazy. It's getting to the point where private citizens like us, we're gonna have to start walking on eggshells, bro. Something that you tweet next, fucking, you know, who's gonna come after you?
I agree.
This shit is getting out of control.
So, you got anything you want to add to that?
No, I mean, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna basically slightly disagree with FU about Roseanne specifically, just because I think that the parent company, whatever the parent company is, I don't know, Disney, right? They're in business. They're in business to make money, to make a profit. So they don't give a shit about her, and I don't even think they really care about the political side. I just think that they know that they'll lose money if they keep her on, so they're just watching their own ass. For other shit, I think that people are soft and they take shit to the heart, and I agree with you guys on that. I just think that for that is business. She fucked up, she said that, and now if they keep the show, they're gonna lose $100 million or whatever it is, and they're saying pull the plug, because then that's better for them for business. They don't give two shits about her, actually, in my opinion.
I mean, I really don't know. I can't call it. I know that the CEO of ABC is African American. Right. You know what I mean? So I feel like he took personal offense to it. I think there could have been other ways to save, that they would have saved money. But I think at the end of the day, he buckled down to these people who were offended by it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, yes, you should have been offended by it because it was offensive. It was fucked up and it was racist. But I'm just saying it's a step towards all of us being judged for everything we say, man. What do we know who's gonna be offended next? Right. I saw a video on Facebook, all right? This woman followed a transsexual person into the woman's bathroom. And the guy was in the toilet and wouldn't let her in. And she was basically not filming him, but she had her camera phone on and was like, you gotta get out of here. You don't belong in this bathroom. You know what I mean? Unless you have, unless you had the operation. And he didn't have the operation. And people were outraged that the lady did that. But the truth of the matter is, if you haven't had that operation, you're still a man. If you want to be a woman, Okay, I don't really care. If you have the operation, all right then, now you're a woman. But until you do, you're still technically a man. You're not allowed in those rooms, and those rules are there for a reason. Those rules aren't there to discriminate against anybody.
Right.
They're there for a reason. You know what I mean? They're there because a lot of men are sick, a lot of women are sick, a lot of transsexuals are sick, a lot of straight people, a lot of gay people. There's fucking sickness, and now if we just allow anybody to do anything, that's why we have to have rules. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Rocky Badger said, "How are you a Nazi when you lay pipe to Puerto Rican dimes?"
Rocky Badger wants to smell your fingers after the fucking podcast.
I mean, he isn't lying, you know what I mean? But, what can I say, bro? This is the world we live in. I'm a Nazi, I'll be a Nazi, whatever.
How you like them New Jersey girls, man?
Oh, my gosh, man. I mean, I don't want to go too much into specifics, because I don't have some people here that are watching, but, Jersey girls are slobs, man. I don't know if something in the water. I don't know what it is.
Jersey girls are slobs.
Jersey girls are slobs, sexual
That's the
deviants. I don't know, man. Have you ever had an experience with a Jersey girl before?
Yeah, they're definitely dirty in bed. Very dirty. Well, you know what they're doing? I think they're trying to make up for the fact that they're not from New York, so they're inferior. You know what I mean? So they go the extra mile in bed, but sometimes it's a little over the limit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now you're too dirty. You
Now
know
we
what I mean?
really think you're a Jersey girl.
Right, exactly. Now, like, I know you live in the dumps, but now you're acting like you fucking live in the dumps. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to make up for the fact that they're not from
I don't know,
New York.
Bloodstain. You have any stories? With Jersey?
So you're trying to get Bloodstain in trouble now.
I'm trying to get me in trouble because, yeah.
Let's talk about. Let's
switch topics.
let's segue into this topic real quick. Top 3 hood booger vacation spots. All right, let's do this list.
I mean, I got Miami South Beach is number one.
Number 1 is
It's
South Beach.
South
hood
Beach,
booger
man. Can we
vacation.
all agree on that? That
Yeah,
number
that's
one,
100%.
number one hood booger vacation spot
100%.
is Miami.
These bitches act like they're going to the French fucking Alps, Ibiza or something like that, and they're going to the South Beach, man. It's 4 hours on a plane. It's filled with a bunch of hood boogers. Relax. Number one.
I think we can all unanimously agree with that one.
Yeah, I think that's the
100%.
number one.
What do you got on there? What else you got?
Number 2, Jersey Shore.
Oh.
Jersey Shore? I don't know.
That's
What
a
do you
hood booger vacation, bro.
A vacation
Nah.
spot?
For hood boogers, for dots, for
Yeah.
fucking Bronx
No,
dots?
yeah, I agree with that. But you know which other one?
What about when Bronx dots go to Flushing Meadow Park as vacation?
What's the other
That's my
spot
number 2.
on the fucking East Coast
just
in
got this
Virginia or
one.
Maryland? There's another place that reminds me of
Ocean
Jersey.
City?
Yeah,
Ocean City. might
City.
be there.
That's
Yeah,
another
that might be
place.
more.
That might be there.
That might be
Yeah,
one.
right
Somebody
there.
talking shit?
Rocky Badger said, "F you couldn't get laid in a morgue." He's in no position to go bad on Jersey shit.
First of all, Rocky Badger,
He's probably from Jersey.
he's definitely from
No,
Jersey.
he's from actually Colorado.
So what the fuck are you talking about, Jersey? Get the fuck out of here.
Rocky Badger, call in, bro. Guys, the call-in number is 347-770-0871. I got it pinned at the bottom.
All right, so what's your
Taking
number
live-
2?
We're taking live calls.
What's your number 2 hood booger vacation?
I think
spot?
I kind of liked what's that spot that they all go to in the Middle East over there?
Dubai?
Dubai, bro.
Do hood boogers? Do they have enough money? to
Nah,
go
I
to
don't.
Dubai?
Honestly,
so.
I don't think so.
I don't think
You
it's
don't
a
think
hood
it's
booger.
I think
vacation.
the only-
I would say
Yeah, they get flown out there.
Yeah,
You might get flown out
They
there.
get
from a
the
fat
fat
spot.
It's a hood booger dream vacation, but I don't think a lot of hood boogers are.
Yeah, I
fucking
think the
going
rap-
out.
rappers-
I know a few Thotties have on there.
That's different. They get flown out
Yeah,
there.
I think rappers fly the.
So
these
there's
girls out
context to this thing now.
Yeah, I'm
That
talking
they,
about
that
hood
they
boogers.
go on their own.
Yeah,
Not guys
no,
that
no.
fly them out.
I'm talking about
Okay.
5-6 hood boogers
Okay.
get together, they pool their fucking WIC checks together, and fucking their baby daddy's money. You know what I mean? From
So then the
they're
Bronx,
supposed
for
to go to their
sure.
Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Sandwich section.
Oh, come on.
Section.
Thirsty from the Bronx. Are you in there? Call in. And I'm talking about them. That's why I said, Jersey Shore.
We got a live caller. Let's go. Matt Weiler's right. New Orleans is up there, bro.
Yeah, it
New
is.
Orleans is up there.
Yeah, New Orleans is pretty bad. What about 3?
Silk shirts and fast hands. Who's this?
Hey, yo, Pete, man, it's Chess Rock, man.
Oh, Ches Rock on the boards. What's up, bro?
Yes, sir, man. Yo, I'm having a great time seeing you guys. One of the most hood booger spots is Mexico City, man.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because my number 3 was Cancun. Okay.
Yeah, Mexico City, man.
Really?
That's
Is
what
it
these
work?
people
Wait,
be
is
like,
Mexico City a vacation spot?
bullshit.
That's new.
Yeah, man.
Oh, he's
Sluts are us over there, man.
Yo, Chaz, I think Mexico City's like where you go to buy drugs. It's not really a vacation spot.
That's where you go and get kidnapped, man.
There you go.
Yo, shit.
Yo, thanks for calling in, brother.
Pulling for you guys. Have me rolling over here, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, my third choice was gonna be Cancun. What about you, eh?
Let me see.
You have a top 3?
Miami Beach.
Yeah, Miami's
You know
number
what
1, I
I'm
think.
saying? Miami.
Hands down.
You might have to go with Martens Avenue. Corona.
Okay.
Third. I don't know, man. Probably Goblin Studio.
That's very true. That's very
I
true.
see a lot of hookers in there.
No, but listen, if you're up on coke for 3 days, does that count as a vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's a ski trip.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What were you gonna say?
I kind of like the list. I think I really can't argue any of those.
Yeah. Top 3 hook booger destinations.
Poconos.
I was gonna say Poconos.
Poconos.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
a
that's
lot
true.
of people go to the
I was gonna
Poconos.
say,
Yeah. A lot
Right
of
there.
hook boogers going
Right
A lot of
there.
methadone heads out there.
A lot of Airbnbs get booked in the Poconos from these fucking hook boogers.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit. You know what I mean? Let's talk about a lot of music is dropped, a lot of rap beef.
Oh yeah.
Drake, Pusha T.
Yeah.
Have you heard the diss songs?
I did.
Okay, so what's your opinion on those Drake, Pusha T diss songs?
I mean, look, honestly, I liked them. I liked all 3 of them. There was only 3 that I heard. Pusha T started it off with a song called Infrared that was on his new album.
Great song.
That song was definitely a diss song, but it was a little low key. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a little Darkstone.
Yeah, it was Darkstone. He wasn't calling him out by name, but you knew who he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Drake's comeback, I thought Drake's comeback was great. You know what I mean? But he was going directly at Pusha T, dissing him, dissing his
Kanye,
family,
and
dissing Kanye, dissing his rap style. You know what I'm saying? Dissing his age and all that shit. And then Pusha T came back with what is a classic diss record, just straight up fucking dissing Drake about everything.
That was like when Pac got at Prodigy.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Is it really mean spirited or is it part of the battle? You
It's
know what
part
I'm
of the
saying?
battle.
I feel like you say stuff, and this is where I think you're right, because I think you say that kind of stuff about people you don't like. So if I really don't like Drake producer, it's no holds barred. I'm talking about your mother, if you died of cancer, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about your sickness, I'm talking about all that shit. But if I really don't have a beef with you, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean, look at the Chicago rappers. They talk about the dead homies. and
Yeah,
shit. Like,
that's true.
Like that's
Well,
it can get worse than that.
I mean, like I said, I don't think it was a blowout. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just think that Pusha T, the TMZ stuff with the, he has a secret baby mom and a kid or whatever, and like the attack on the producer, it was mostly like an attack on his family. You know, to me, it wasn't like a lot of too much focus on Drake. More people around him he went after. You know what I mean? Like the baby mom, the secret baby mom. You know what I'm trying to say? So to me, it wasn't as like mind blowing as people make it out to be. And I think Pusha T's a great rapper. I think he's great. I think the Daytona album is a modern day classic.
look,
In my opinion.
the response, the story of Adidon, I think it's called, was not by far Pusha's best work. It wasn't super lyrical,
No.
you know what I mean? But I think it's the better record because he's dissing him stronger. You know, the stronger dissing.
So what do you think
know
about what Jay Prince said that Drake had a song recorded that would have ended Kanye and Pusha T's
Yeah,
life?
of course.
They could not, like, it would have caused problems in their personal life and their career.
Yeah, of course he's
You
gonna
think
say that.
You think that's true?
No, I don't.
I think
it's true.
I think
I think it's true.
I think Drake
Listen,
was
look, I think,
butthurt,
hold
and
on.
I think Drake came back with something vicious, and I think it probably was really bad.
But that's corny of Jay Prince to.
You think he should
to
put it
hold
out?
back. Yeah, he should put it out.
No, I mean, I see Jay Prince's angle. He still owed money by Cash Money for Drake. So he's like, listen, if you keep fucking around, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to start losing money.
Right.
We can't have that. And Jay Prince is an OG. You know what I mean? People are going to listen to him. And then Jay Prince is also Drake's man. So, of course, he's going to say Drake's response is devastating. He's
Right.
not gonna say, yo, Drake has a pretty good response, actually. It's not that bad. No, he's gonna say, yo, this is gonna end his career, but I'm not gonna let anybody hear it. Oh, okay, so now we gotta take your fucking word for it? No, I think he had a very good response. It probably would have been a dope record, probably would have touched a lot of nerves. It was not gonna end Pusha T's career. It just wasn't gonna happen. And Pusha T would have came back. Pusha T said the same thing. He was like, I have another record that's even more devastating than this record. So I'm waiting for that. So I mean, you know,
should have kept going.
they should have kept going, but I respect them not.
The next thing I read about it just like a few hours ago. I don't know if it's true or not because I didn't actually read an article. No, Martin Shkreli supposedly bought the fucking the song. Supposedly,
Yeah.
it might be a lie. I didn't look into it, so I can't say.
Prince would allow that.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, no, I think that's
what I
a
mean.
Nobody's fucking with Martin Shkreli right now. None of that shit.
He's in jail, ain't he?
Yeah, but supposedly he got his hands on that thing and he paid for it.
Yeah, nah, I don't believe it. That sounds like bullshit. We might still hear it if it exists.
I have a feeling it's gonna leak.
It's gonna leak.
But it's right before his album drop.
It might,
I
yeah.
feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Honestly, maybe Jay Prince is the one that's gonna have him leak
Maybe,
it.
yeah,
That's
maybe
part of the
I have a feeling
tactic.
that's what's gonna happen.
Maybe this is all a marketing move.
Anything for money.
As of right now, I think Pusha T took the battle only because. What are you fucking? He can't stop looking at himself.
No.
He's got to go back to
No.
Instagram.
He's on the dark web.
So.
Yeah,
He's
well,
on Red
dark
too.
web. I'm sure I lost the connection.
He's on the dark
I think Pusha T took the W only because he came back. He came back twice.
What did you think about the Pusha T Daytona album?
I thought it was good.
I only gave it one listen, but it was fire. It was fire.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I listened to it a couple times. I thought it was dope. I mean, you know, I wouldn't put it. A lot of people are crazy, man. I liked every track.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I think it's a legendary record and the best record.
Well,
of
you
all
gotta
time.
let him.
You gotta give it time.
You gotta leave the album simmer a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what
that's
album
true.
have you ever listened to that you said instant classic right away?
Well, Return of 36 Chambers.
Really?
Yeah.
ODB's album?
No. The first 36 Chambers. The
Okay,
Wu-Tang album.
end of the 36.
Enter the 36 Chambers. I mean, upon first listen, I was like, I'm gonna listen to this forever. And I have. It's still in my link right now.
Reasonable
Um,
doubt.
Illmatic probably. Reasonable Doubt, yes. Maybe not right away. Maybe not right away.
Reasonable Doubt had a little simmer a little bit.
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt had to soon, but like those records I heard right away immediately. And I was like, yeah, these are gonna be classics. These are gonna be in the whip forever. Picasso is another one. It's gonna be.
It gotta remind
classic.
you of the time. Like it gotta. That's how that.
Because you think about it, people already kind of done talking about it, and it was a good album. Records like that, they're talked about the entire fucking year. You know what I mean? They drop single after single after single, and they're talked about the entire year. But I thought it was a great record. The Kanye West album came out right after
Love
that.
the album.
I did like it.
Love it.
But I didn't like every song. Like
I only like 3 of them.
Yeah, I think I liked
the whole
half of
album.
it.
All 7 songs I like.
I think I liked half of it. And the new Kid Cudi album, I only heard one song, but the one song I heard was fire.
Which song was that?
I forgot what it's called, man.
I think bars all the time. You know what I mean? Even though he does spit some things some night, you know what I mean? But it's just the overall musical aspect of it, the production, the way he lays it. He did a lot of like different and Kids See Ghost album, and I just thought very creative pieces of art, man. I enjoyed them, man.
Did you hear
I
the
really
new
did.
the new Royce the 5'9" album? Not the
No.
one with Premier, but the Book of Ryan.
No, I didn't.
The crazy shit, and then also Black Thought dropped an album. To me, people were going fucking nuts over. I liked about half the songs. It has a lot of skits. It has some songs that I really wasn't feeling that much. Lyrically, it's dope. I think Royce the 5'9" I think he was the best in Slaughterhouse, and I think he's super, super dope. The Black Thought album, same thing. I think the ninth one, the beats, a couple of the beats were a little lacking for me, but Black Thought lyrically was amazing.
I'm gonna check those out. He's
Joker, man.
He's the
Like
greatest
Joker.
persona in hip hop history. He's a master troll, and the reason why I like him is because I use the same formula in the MMA scene. I called out everybody, talk shit to everybody, fighters, promoters. I had Dana White calling me out in videos. I was actually in a room confronted by John Jones and his 2 brothers. No lie. And these glasses I'm wearing right now, I actually put them down, and one of them took my glasses, these Cazal 951s. and it was almost a melee in the Jersey hotel over it. Like I talked so much shit in the MMA industry and trolled my way into that into getting into Dana White calling me out. So I appreciate the genius of what 6ix9ine is doing because I use the same formula and it's working, bro. It's working. You know, it's dangerous what he's doing. Don't get me wrong. He's like a professional wrestling character, bro. It's like even his Instagram right now. You know, you got people looking for. He's in Chicago, different locations. You know, it's entertainment.
Giving out food too. So it's almost like he's
Well,
really trying to get under their skin.
Well, no, he went over there and he purposely said, "I'm going to give food to the homeless because Chicago rappers don't do it right." You know what I'm saying? But he's teetering the line with these where this side is these pussy rappers nowadays who won't do shit are still the fucking G's out there. You know what I'm saying? Who do want to do shit. He's teetering that line, and I think it might get problematic for him. And I hope it doesn't. I do think I like him but I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily like their rap style. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're talented in that way, but I like their persona and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I think they're funny. It's just it's hard for me to put them as singing rappers right now. There's so many people.
6ix9ine's the GOAT rapper right now.
They're not.
Treyway.
What the fuck is that even?
That's what he says all the time, right? Treyway, yo, I'm a fan of the kid, bro. I can't lie. I think he's the funniest.
As long as you guys make sure that I'm alive, we're all gonna eat, and that's why he's fucking taking jabs and shots. He knows that the worst that can happen is that he.
Him too much credit, man. You're giving him too much. You're bugging. You're giving him too much credit on two things. He's not fucking out of your mind.
I don't think he's afraid to die.
I think Tony's down with it, man.
I don't think he's afraid
Throw
to
up the
die.
Treyway, man. Say it.
I think you're bugging. You're giving him too much credit. Two, if he blows up, everyone's not blowing
Greatest
up.
character
A certain
in the
number of
history
people
of
are
rap.
blowing
He's
up.
running with some real gangsters, though, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He's running with some. Those
No, he is.
Zion Trey Bloods. Those are the dudes that Jim Jones used to run with. Back in like in the early mid 2000s, like those they're some bad dudes, bro. So he got guys behind him.
The thing is that money's gonna run out, man. The fucking the people out there are so fickle that in a few years he doesn't have the talent to last 10 years. He doesn't.
Say Treyway. Say Treyway. Say Treyway.
I won't say because I have
Say
respect.
Treyway.
I have respect for the
Treyway.
Bloods. Don't the gang sign. Do it. Let me ask you a question. This is a serious question. No, this is a serious question. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. If Donald Trump and Jesus Christ fought, who would win in a fight?
JC, man.
Of course.
By RKO. Knock the toupee right off his head. You know what I mean? Treyway.
What are you gonna talk about? Is anybody gonna call in?
I want everybody in my chat room to get the fuck out right now. I don't like anybody over here. Unless you're gonna call in and leave. Alright, what we got
Let's
to talk
talk
about?
about Bloodstain's chain.
Let's
He's
talk about the
shining
chain.
right
Bloodstained
now,
chain.
yo.
Custom holy heel piece.
This is Bloodstained Lane. This is Bloodstained Chain.
Oh, somebody's calling in.
Shout out to my bro Isaac. Laddie's Diamonds.
Good. This is... Alright, Silk Shirts and Fast Hands. Who's this? Yo, Silk Shirts and Fast Hands.
Yep.
What up? It's Charlie.
What's up? What's going on, man? Who's this?
Charlie.
Who?
Candace?
Charlie.
Charlie.
Oh, Charlie. What's up, Charlie?
Charlie, what's going on, bro? What do you got
Not much,
next?
guys.
You got any questions for us?
Sat down with eating some dinner. Sorry, one more time.
What are you having, a Salisbury steak TV dinner?
I
do you have?
heard that.
What's the question, Charlie? What do you got for
I
us?
was I talk about the fact that Cod and Animos from Brothers Bent and Arch Druids are putting out an album next month.
Did you call in to promote your boys from fucking Wisconsin? Who are these people? Silk Shirts and Fast Hands. Who's this?
Yo, it's Ryan from Staten Island.
Yo, what's going on, Ryan?
Bloodstained, you know who it is. It's the Strawberry Blonde Dumb.
Bloodstained, you know who it
Oh,
is.
Ryan, what's going on, my brother?
What's
How you-
up, man?
How you feeling, bro?
I see
It's Warren
I know
Brother.
I always see
Wow.
your responses on Twitter and whatnot, but I want to hear it from you myself.
All right, go
How
ahead.
do you feel about Kanye endorses Trump and everybody turns on him? Then De Niro says fuck Trump and everybody thinks he's a hero.
Well, I mean, we spoke about this earlier, Ryan. Is that when you belong to a radical, hive mindset, that's just the way it goes. Kanye was part of that leftist paradigm for a long time, whether he knew it or not. You know what I'm trying to say? So he kind of stepped off that philosophical plantation, and he got slandered and destroyed for it. Where Bobby D is still on that, pushing that agenda on that side, and he's being praised a hero. Where Kanye now is an Uncle Tom, he's a sellout, he's this and that, which is completely unfair. And it's actually what I believe is actually kind of racist, because you're kind of saying that a black man can't have his own way, his own independent thought, and if he leaves that paradigm of thought, he gets labeled these names. Oh, he's crazy. He's a psycho. He got mental problems. He's an Uncle Tom. He's this, and it's completely wrong. But we talked about it earlier. I mean, this is the world we're living in. It's a very radical left and right spectrum that we're in, and Kanye. I don't think he felt the brunt of it, because he had the number one selling album in a row, 2 weeks in a row, with Kids See Ghosts and the Kanye solo album. So I don't think it hurt him per se. But you got the emotional outrage.
A lot of people just want to agree with the majority. You know what I'm saying? They can't really come up with a mind of their own, so they just want to agree with the majority. Most people are hating on Kanye. I'm gonna hate on Kanye, but then when the music comes out, I'm still gonna buy it because no one will know I bought it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, I always say, like, when people complain, like, if you mix movies and politics, you'll never dickhead. But as an actor, he's tremendous. It's the same thing with De Niro. I mean, not no more, because the last 20 years, the guy's been...
How about this? Listen to this. Bobby D is one of the greatest actors of all time. He did some of the greatest movies of all time. We all agree on that. Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Casino, Raging Bull. I mean, time.
Yeah.
Hey, is your brother busy shooting Winnie the Pooh?
Bro, he works all night, so I sleep so bad. I wish he can call in.
He sleeps all day. Fucking show next time we miss him.
Yeah, I know. I missed it too.
Yes.
All right, Sadie. Well, not just recently got in trouble because Khalees said that he was beating her senseless throughout there.
Yeah,
hold on.
Conveniently though, right?
Hold on,
When
he
you
got
got a bunch
that
of
money.
No. That's a misquote. That's a misquote, and
Is
Khalees
that
said
fake? Is that fake news?
No, it's real news, but it's a misquote. Khalees came out and said it herself, and she actually defended us. She said, "I did say that he used to hit me, but the rest of that sentence was that I also used to beat the shit out of him." They didn't add that part to my quote because it didn't look good. It looked like he was a woman beater, but my whole quote was, "We used to beat the shit out of each other." So exactly. So and she even came, right? I think we did this last time, but it wasn't here. So Nas beat people because he had beef with him.
Right.
You still listen to his music.
Yeah.
Nas bodies 3 children for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
He gotta
That was old music no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it changes your view.
Because then it looks like I support what he did.
But my whole
If I-
thing is,
if I get caught listening to
right,
the music.
that makes sense. But my whole thing is, how could you feel that same way about somebody's view on politics or somebody's view on something else? How do you feel so strongly about? How do you put it in the same category? Murdering and raping children in the same category of I don't like.
How about
Donald
this?
Trump.
Nas gives FU a wedgie. You still listen to him?
Hey, you better not listen. First of all,
we'll do this song.
the
We'll
first-
do this song.
We'll do this
but
song.
I'm still listening.
All right.
First of all, I will beat the shit out of Nas if he came near me to try to give me a wedgie. That's not gonna happen. And I love Nas, but nobody's getting near me. I'll fucking body 3 people before I get a fucking wedgie. I'll tell you that right now, and that's a statement. And that's actually a challenge.
So there's always context to things. There's always context to things.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. So let's. I mean, what else you want to talk about?
I mean, I think I don't know.
You want to talk about Anthony Bourdain?
It's becoming an epidemic. I think it has to do with social media, and it has to do with the media in general. You know what I'm saying? Because there were definitely suicides, there were definitely sick people back in the days, but like, I don't think it was such an epidemic because of the fact that all your business wasn't out everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So all right. So Anthony Bourdain and King Spade worth a lot of money. Kate Spade, one of the most iconic fashion designers in the women's market, right? Anthony Bourdain, one of the probably biggest celebrities of this decade, I would say, right? Very
He's up
well-known
there,
guy,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Both of them hung themselves within a week. You know, depression is something I'm pretty sure we all deal with as human beings every now and then. You know, I don't believe in the concept like you can be happy every day. It's impossible.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Even have it all. You know what I mean? They go travel the world. They can buy anything they want. What is the reason? What is, in your opinion, Tone, the missing link that is giving them that urge to end their life? Why?
And so I don't even want to say happiness, because I think happiness is really generic, because like you said, we're not always happy. I think that for most people that are depressed, they don't have anybody that they feel like they're getting that's accepting them and understands them and that they could communicate with them. In Kate Spade's case, I don't know if it's because she lost her husband in combination with probably other things that we don't know. Not lost her husband. Sorry, I thought they were separated. Yeah, they were having problems. That's what I'm saying. So for her,
they both left young children behind.
right, bro.
Yeah.
So it makes you think. Why would you leave your kid behind unless you felt like somebody who could actually listen to you? Because clearly her kid can't listen to her, but somebody who could listen to you, like your husband or your parents or your cousin, whoever's close to you, that usually is there, is no longer there. Why would they might feel like their like life is ripped apart? In her case, I think that maybe her husband not being there and them getting probably a separation if they didn't already get one.
You still have a kid you have to live
I know.
for.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
I don't think it's right.
I mean, you have to go into a very, very dark place.
Yeah,
mentally.
of course.
You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, I believe that, I mean, these are people that have it all, and it's not the only two. How many celebrities have committed suicide,
Yeah,
bro? I mean, you could name the name for days. These are people that have it all. Do you think that these people achieve everything, and like they just like they live nihilistic lifestyles? You know what I mean? Like nihilistic, hedonistic lifestyles to the extreme. They achieved everything you could possibly achieve. Like, oh, you could buy any car, go travel, and that's it. You think they feel empty inside? You think that's a possibility?
This is the thing. When I look at Kate Spade's case, like, so she was pretty successful in business, and she was actually, from my understanding, she took a break from the business that she ended up selling, and she started another company. But that even then she was kind of like more focused on her child and her family, from my understanding. So she was okay there. It's not like she was stressed out at work or she made bad deals. I just think that she really didn't feel good. And the thing is, like, all of us experience times where we feel like we're in a dark place financially, emotionally, because of people, breaking our hearts, or us going through hardship or whatever it is financially. But she must have not felt good that at that specific moment that she committed suicide, just like a lot of other people, nothing else really mattered because it didn't make sense. So we see it as, how could you leave a kid behind? But in that split second that she said, fuck it, and she did it, I don't think she was just thinking like, I have nothing left.
Well, this is what I think. I think, and I don't want this to come out the wrong way, so I think it's a sort of mental illness.
Yeah,
not,
I was gonna say
you know what I mean? Not a mental illness that is throughout your whole life, but a mental illness that might just be happening at that moment.
Like a chemical imbalance. in
Right,
your
some
brain.
sort
you have
of
a
chemical
breakdown.
imbalance, some sort of illness that's happening in your brain at that time. Because I've been sad, I've been depressed, and all that stuff. I've never wanted to kill
What makes you
myself.
get through it? We got a live caller. We'll continue from there.
I'm about to start crying. Silk shirts, fast hands. Who the fuck is this?
Hi, is this Enrique?
It depends. Who's this?
Hey, man, it's your cousin Chris.
It's who now?
It's Chris. It's little Chris.
Oh, Chris, how you doing, man? What's going on, brother?
Ludicrous.
Nothing. I saw your comment on your Facebook Live or something. I thought, are you doing a radio show?
Yeah, man, we're doing a podcast, man. We talk about sports. You know what I mean? We talk about everything, man. We talk about life. Thanks for tuning in for the first time ever. My family over here.
Gotcha.
What's going on, man? You enjoyed the show?
Yeah, I'm enjoying my life, man. Everything's going good. I haven't talked to you for a long time.
Is there anything you want to talk about on the show?
Yeah, sure. Basically, I guess, New York, okay? I want to talk about New York.
Okay, well, if you missed it, you can run back. But we recently talked about the top 3 hood booger vacation destinations.
Damn.
You know. But yo, Chris, thanks for calling the show. I'm gonna hit you up. All right, I'm gonna hit you up later on.
All right, man. I'm sorry to interrupt your show, but it's good to hear your voice again.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for calling.
You too. Have a good night.
All right,
Bye.
man. That's my little cousin Chris, man. He
All right,
lives out in
man.
Atlanta.
Peace out, Chris.
So listen, this is how shitty our show is. That this is my little cousin. This is the first time ever that he's fucking listened to the show, and it's the end of the show.
I think F texted him under the table and said, "Call in."
I did.
So okay, so now what makes you?
I texted
Let's
my mom.
let's continue to where we go. What when you go through these depressions, what gets you out of it?
Me specifically?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know. I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm fucking gorgeous, and I move on. You know what? I'm gonna tell you a true story, and this is real.
So you're suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna tell you a true story. You know, a couple years back, I went through a little bit of depression. I kind of looked around. I had moved back in with my mom. I was living in her basement, and you know, at the time I was 34, and I'm like, fuck, I'm 34 years old. I'm in my mother's basement. I have no savings. You know what I mean? My car's breaking down. I'm disappointing my daughter. You know what I mean? I can't take her, you know, and do nice things with her. I felt like shit. And I think it lasted for a good like 2 weeks. I just stayed down there and I was just being sloppy, whatever. Don't answer that.
Nobody wants to hear your depression story.
I'm
man.
trying to tell you.
Right.
From 1 second to the next, I just woke up and I said, "Yo, it's not that bad." You know what I mean? I don't know what takes you from feeling like shit to not ever feeling like, "Yo, it's not that bad." You know what I mean? Because Kate Spade's life really was not that fucking bad. You know what I'm saying?
$200 million.
Right. So at some moment, what didn't take her over that hump to say, you know what? All right, it's not that bad. Let me focus on the positive. That's why I think it has to be some kind of chemical imbalance.
All right, well,
Last call.
Answer this call. Last call of the show.
Silk shirts and fast hands.
Hello.
Silk shirts and fast hands. And you got a question?
Yeah, what's up, Anthony? What's up, it's Anthony Brew?
Yo, Anthony Brew, what's up, my brother? Wow, long time no talk, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm just watching you on live.
I still I gotta come check you at the restaurant soon, bro. I gotta come through.
Yeah, you bring your boys through.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. Where's the restaurant?
You own the restaurant on the island.
Oh, let's go,
All right.
bro. Let's
What's
go.
going on, bro? You got a question for me?
Yeah, whatever you want, whatever you're ready.
All right. We're ready. Let's go this weekend.
Let's go right now.
No, man, this Anthony Bourdain thing was a tragedy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're talking about that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's why I called in.
But hey, let me ask you a question. You know, before the show started, I was talking to these guys and I said that Anthony Bourdain is a legendary New York City figure, right? Legendary guy in the restaurant industry. But to me, there was always like this sadness to him. I don't know. There's like this slight like darkness to him when he would talk. I always sensed it. I don't know if you sensed it, but I mean, to me, the guy had a hard life. We know he had heroin problems in the past and stuff like that. But what is your opinion on it?
Hold on, Brew. Tell the Mexican dishwashers back there to fucking keep it down while we're on the radio. I can barely hear
Yeah, you know what, man? Listen, my take on this whole thing. First of all, for me, Anthony Bourdain was an inspiration in this business. His Kitchen Confidentials, made me fall in love with this business. That's first and foremost. Second, I mean, listen, this suicide nonsense, man, it's crazy. It's a mental illness, 100%. But at the end of the day, I don't respect it. I think it's a selfish, horrible thing to do to somebody, and especially to lead for people to find you that way. There's so many things that you have to be grateful in this life, and when you get to that level, and all of a sudden you say, "Fuck it, I want out." Who the fuck are you to do that?
Exactly.
How do you do that to your family, your people? I just can't comprehend it.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Ant. I think it's more than a mental illness. I think it's also a spiritual illness. And these are people who live these godless, nihilistic lives that they feel they're not worth anything other than their life that they're living. And like you said, it's a very selfish thing. It's a lack of appreciation for the blessing of life itself. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the fact that God gives us life, and you don't appreciate that, and then you create children and leave them for dead. and like you said, to me, I don't want to say the word cowardly, but it's not good, like you said, and I don't respect it. And this is an epidemic, going around the world right now. And it's a very selfish thing to do. I agree with you. And
it's horrible. And you know what?
Yeah.
To be so dramatic about it, you want to do something so selfish to take your life. You can't just swallow a bottle of pills and go lay down. You got to hang yourself, shoot yourself in the head.
How do you get to that dark place, to this place that's so dark? Considering these people don't have bad lives, they're probably, they're multi-millionaires, they're iconic people, and how do you get to that point? Like, what are you missing?
Well, I could see how you get to a dark place. How do you get over that hump? You know what I mean? Because we all get to dark places.
It's just we handle it differently.
Right, we handle it differently. I just don't see how you can't get over that hump.
I don't know, man. It's a sad thing. I just can't comprehend it, and it definitely is an illness. But I don't see how bad things could be for someone to say that's it. Bro, listen, you don't like your life, you don't like your family, you don't like this, change it. Get the fuck up and keep it moving.
Exactly. But not a lot of people are built like us, bro. And a lot of people.
Yeah, but you know what? Listen, there's two precious things in life. One is being born, and two is making a life. So you just crossed two lines that they're non-forgivable. You left the life that you made for someone else, for your children, and you're completely Xing yourself out of the picture in the life that you were given and the path that he's got. Even Kate Spade, it's just so crazy. All the people, listen, it goes across the board with all the celebrities, the Kurt Cobains and all these other people. It's unfathomable.
And listen to this. My life has been a complete shit show. You want me to be quite honest with you? I've been to court. I've lost custody of my child. I've been betrayed by best friends.
Tony, you have a piano?
I've been through violin. I've been through a lot of horrible things in my life. And my life is I'm still pain, I'm still going through certain things. I have never once thought about taking my life. And I've gone through some pretty bad depressions. But I never take one. I'm grateful and I appreciate this life that God has given me that I didn't deserve or didn't earn. And like I said, we're all made in His image and we're here for a purpose. We're not here. He doesn't put us on earth for.
And we were talking about Anthony Bourdain, and he goes, you got to have some set of balls to kill yourself. I said, absolutely not. You got to be the biggest fucking coward in the world to kill yourself. How big could things be that you have to kill yourself to escape it?
Exactly.
Like you said, they're selfish, so they're not thinking about, leaving their kids and what they're leaving behind. So
and listen, it's no disrespect to people that lost people.
No. I'm trying to understand it.
And a lot of it comes to when you have God in your life and you know that you're here for a purpose. You won't do. These are people that live, like I said, very nihilistic lives where it was just all about what the world can give you. Oh, I'm a restaurant owner. I go on vacations all over the world, and then when you get to a point where you've already done all that and there's nothing else left, I guess what, I can't even explain it.
Listen, I hate to run. Thank you for taking your time. I'll see you soon.
It's great seeing you.
Ed, thank you, man. Ed, hold the VIP booth for us.
Boys.
Listen, don't give us a table by the bed.
Whenever you're ready, we'll make a night of it.
All right, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that.
All right, keep up.
I know him for a long time, Anthony, bro, man.
Now we pretty much depressed the audience, and I think it's time for us to go. I think I want to thank my brother A1 for being here. Thank you, homie. Topics that you spoke about were great. I think we should end the show with a brand new A1 song.
Absolutely. That's how we're gonna close the show. You know what I mean?
That he just wrote today too. A couple hours ago.
Produced by Tony from Made by Pablo.
Well, what did he use for beats? Pots and pans?
Believe it or not, he did.
Nah,
he actually used bongos.
Shout out to my boy Retro Andre in the chat, the video game Don. Follow him on Instagram. He has every video fucking game you could think of, bro. It's insane.
Nice. Oh, the E3 Summit was this weekend.
Summit
too. We gotta talk about that.
Yeah. And,
Tony, are you gonna change the Made by Pablo warehouse to North Korea now?
I might. It depends.
Big tax breaks.
It depends on the labor cost.
I'm out of here. I'm sick and tired of talking to you guys. I gotta take a shower. I feel like shit.
Yes, episode 18 is in the books. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, I thought it was a horrible show. This was the worst episode
I
we
think-
did.
No, I think it was
Nobody
pretty
called
good.
in.
I think it was pretty good.
Nah,
Fuck the
it was
callers.
good.
Fuck
Yeah,
the callers.
it was good. It flowed well. We had the topics down.